Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another installment in our must-haves video series. This series focuses on pop culture related collectibles that we believe have long-term investment potential. Now, the day is finally here. This is Monday, May 23rd, 2022, and WATA Games has finally opened their modern grading category to the general public. Now, WATA contacted us about 6 months ago to let us know they're going to start grading modern video games and asked us if we wanted to be part of the beta testing program. So, we started sending them games about 6 months ago, and over the past 6 months, we've been adding to that. So they've been sending us games back with the understanding that we cannot promote them, advertise them, show them, or offer them for sale. So they've just been sitting on our shelf. So they've been accumulating for a few months now. So we're glad they finally opened this category, and we could finally show these games to you guys. Since we got so many games back, and if you're a collector of modern video games and you're like us and you have multiple copies of the same title, and for every title we show you guys today, we sent in about 10 copies, so we're showing you guys the highest graded one that we got back. But with all these modern games, there's going to be a ton of these things on the market, so you want to be, so if you're collecting these for your long-term investment portfolio, 9.8 A++ is the grade you want to have, no matter what you see initially. There will be some 9.8 A++s come to market. A lot of these games were sold in the tens, if not hundreds of million copies, so there will be a lot of these on the market. Definitely get the highest grade. That's 9.8 A++. You can wait for it. They'll come to market eventually. You don't have to be the first one to buy them because they will be available. That being said, out of the copies that we sent, some of these did not actually get a 9.8 out of the 10 copies that we sent. But when we show you guys today, just keep that in mind. 9.8 A++ is the copy that you want to own. So like I said, we've been sending in these games. We've sent in about 10 copies of each title. So what we did was picked out 6 of the games that we believe you need to have in your collection for the long term. These are games that are culturally iconic, or games that were the best-selling games for the console, or the best-selling games of all time. So these are the ones we definitely think you should add to your collection at the right price. Make sure you're paying the right price. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of these out there, a lot of these in high grade, 9.8 A++ at the right price. So we have 6 games to show you guys today. Let's go ahead and get started with our first game. This is one, like I said, hugely important. This here is Fortnite for the PS4. As you can see, this here is a 9.8 A++. This here is also available in the Xbox One version. As I mentioned a moment ago, 9.8 A++ is the grade you want to own for your collection. Now, this here game is not only a cultural phenomenon. Everybody knows what Fortnite is. Most people have played this game, or at least seen gameplay. This game is stretched across a lot of different media. They've done collaborations with DC Comics. They're doing with Marvel Comics here soon. There's toys, there's books, there's magazines. Fortnite is everywhere. Everybody knows what this game is. Now, what makes this game very important in the modern era is that they only made physical copies available until the downloadable version became available. And that became available pretty quickly, so there's not many of these. This was a low print run, low distribution for the physical copy. Now, if you're picking this up for your collection, make sure you're getting the copy here. There's a little llama sticker on this. This is an early access game pack. It's on both of these, little llama sticker. And on the back, it'll actually show you what is in the early access pack. That means this here is the early production run of this particular title. The later production runs, right before they stop making the physical copies, no longer have that little early access weapons pack in there. So if you're picking this here up for your collection, make sure you get the 9.8 A++. There's going to be a lot of 9.6s and 9.4s out there. 9.8 is the one you want to own. The llama sticker, the early access pack. This here game is one you want to have in your collection for the long term. There's not going to be a lot of these. You know, even if there's like 100, 200, 300 of these in 9.8 A++, which I doubt that'll ever become the population of these. I think the population will probably stay under 100 at least, maybe under 50 for this game in this high grade. You know, there's millions of people that played this game. So even if a fraction of a percent want this in a 9.8 A++, it's not going to be available. It's going to keep the demand up, going to keep the value up of this game. This is one you do want to own. All right. Let's take a look at our second game. Once again, another cultural phenomenon. This is Minecraft. This is a 9.8 A+. Like I said, we sent in 10 copies of this. We did not get an A++. When you're picking this up for your collection, make sure you get the A++ version. Now this here is the PS3 version of this game. The Xbox 360 version came out before this. That's one a lot of people go to, but the PS3 game is still very, very important. So this one here, this here is the Best-selling video game of all time across all consoles. Over 238 million copies of this game have been sold, so it is going to be everywhere out there. Make sure, if you're picking this up for your collection, you get the 9.8 A++. Now, this game here, just like Fortnite, across all media, there's toys, there's magazines, there's books, there's comics, there's strategy guides, there's everything involved with this. And I think the YouTube views for Minecraft videos is over 1 trillion views for Minecraft play videos. So, everybody knows what Minecraft is. Everybody plays it. Hugely, hugely popular. So this is one you want to have in your collection. And like I said, 238 million copies out there across all consoles, not just for the PS3. So this is one going to be readily available in high grade. Make sure you're paying the right price for this. But a 9.8 A++ in Minecraft is one you do want to have in your collection. Okay, here's another hugely popular game. This here is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This here is a 9.6 A+. Yeah, 9.6 A+. This one here, like I said, you want a 9.8 A++. We sent in about 15 of these. 9.6 A+ is the highest grade we got. We're going to send in more. Like I said, we have a lot of these. We probably have over 100 copies. And this here is one that sold 75 million copies. It is the best-selling game on the PC and on the Xbox One console, and the 5th best-selling game of all time. So this one here, also, a lot of copies going to be out there. I think there's, 1.2 billion players worldwide for this game, including the mobile players. So this game here, hugely popular, huge player base. This is one that a lot of people later on are going to want to have a copy at 9.8 A++. If you say 1.2 billion people play this, 1% of that is what? 12 million people? So if 1% want a physical copy, there's not going to be 12 million 9.8 A++s out there. Half of that, 0.5% of that, 6 million people, you think there's going to be 6 million 9.8 A++s? You're probably incorrect in that. This one here is, of course, the Xbox One launch console edition. This one here is the one you want to own. It says here across the top, Xbox One console launch exclusive. This is the one you want to own. This here was the first print. This was one that came out with the console itself. Like I said, incredibly popular, cultural phenomenon. Everybody knows what this is. This is one you do want to have in your collection in high grade. Going forward, we do believe this here has some great potential. But, once it first starts hitting the market, 75 million copies sold, there's going to be a lot of them out there. Make sure you're getting the high grade at the right price. That is incredibly important. If you don't pick it up at the right price, it's not really going to be an investment. It's just going to be a collectible, which is great if you just want to collect these and have them in your collection as a nice sealed high grade copy. But if you're investing in these for long term, make sure you're paying the right price up front. This game should not cost a lot right out of the gate. As time goes on, expect this here to creep up in price. Okay, on to our next game. Now this one here, incredibly tough to find the early print run of this game. This here is Horizon Zero Dawn. This is a 9.4 A+. We did not get a 9.8 out of this or a 9.6. We sent in about 10 copies of this. Didn't score on any of them. So this is a 9.4 A+. This one here, you definitely want to go for 9.8 A++. They're going to be out there. Trust me, we've seen them. This one here is the, let's say, blank cover. A later edition had quotes on the cover, and it'll actually say on the label quotes. I think it says quote cover. But this one here has no quotes on it. This is the one that's the early print run. This is the one you want to own for your collection. Like I said, 9.8 A++ is the grade you want to own. This one here, 9.4. We were disappointed with this, but we sent in like 10 copies. None of them scored. Some of them actually came back a 9.0. So very disappointed. A lot of people think all these modern games are going to come back 9.8 A++. That's very incorrect. A lot of these come from the factory with issues with their seals. A lot of them get scuffy, and just in the packaging when they're bundled in those case packs, they start scuffing. They get a lot of scuffing on the seals, and they just don't look that great. They're not going to get 9.8 A++s. So make sure you focus on the high grade when you're picking these up for your collection. This one here is going to jump in price faster than some of these other, except Fortnite, of course, because this one here, like I said, in high grade, is very tough to find, so I don't expect to see a lot of these in 9.8 A++. They will be out there, though. Get it at the right price. Okay. Here we have Uncharted, another PS3. Now, this is a 9.8 A++. At least I think we got 2 out of the 10 we sent in. But this one here, incredibly important because Sony, just released the feature film. hugely popular, and Sony actually announced this is going to be a new franchise, so they're going to keep the films going, and the game, as you guys know, have tons of sequels. So the game is still going into the future. There's going to be a lot of games made for the Uncharted franchise, and now that there's a cinematic universe created around this particular franchise, expect this one here to keep going up in interest and therefore in value. Trust me, there's going to be some high-grade copies out there. Make sure you get the 9.8 A++. This one here with the big franchise, movie franchise behind it, and Sony pushing that. Tom Holland, of course, starred in the feature film. Hugely popular with Spider-Man. Brought a lot of people over to the Uncharted franchise. So people are going to go back, try to pick up the first appearance of the video game. They're going to enjoy those movies. Movies are going to keep coming out, keep interest alive in this particular title. This is one you want to own in high grade. So our last game, game number 6 in our video today. This here is The Last of Us. Now this here is a 9.8 A++. This here, incredibly important. You guys know about this game. Everybody's played this game. This here actually has a streaming series, I think, in development, if it's not already out yet. So this one here, going to get a lot of attention from the streaming series. People are going to rush back and try to get the first copy, the first print copy, the first appearance of the video game. So this is one you do want to own, just like the Uncharted. You know, whenever there's a franchise behind this, a feature film franchise or a streaming series, you know, you want to own these games, like I said, at the right price. But these are games you want to have in your collection because interest is going to keep building. You know, as long as the series does well and as long as the feature films do well, people are going to rush back and get into these franchises. This game here, everybody played this game, won tons of awards. This is one everybody knows about. Definitely pick this up for your collection, 9.8 A++. Like I mentioned before, at the right price, that's what makes it an investment, not just a collectible. So there you have the 6 titles I've picked out for you guys today. Please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.